We are quickly approaching the end of the Blood and Rust season in Fallout 76, and while there's no set ending date for the season yet, we should expect it sometime at the beginning or towards the middle of March, which is just a few weeks away. So in this video, I wanted to go over everything that you need to do before the season ends, to avoid missing out on any of the seasonal rewards and prepare for the next season. Now included in this video, I will briefly talk about the Love Hurts mini-season, as that will be ending tomorrow. So I'm going to include this mini-season, but it will be towards the end of the video. But before we get into this video, if you're a fan of the Fallout games and the Fallout TV show, click the link in the pinned comment below to join my Fallout Discord server, where you can find other people to play Fallout 76 with, discuss the Fallout TV show, or just talk about anything related to Fallout. So the first thing that I highly suggest doing before the Blood and Rust season ends is farming your faction reputation. This is always a good thing to be working on, but it's more important right now because we're about to see some changes for some of the better endgame armor and weapons. Meaning the armor and weapons that you're currently using may not be as good when the next season starts. So to prevent falling behind, you should try to gain as much faction reputation as you can before the next season starts. This way, when the new season starts, you'll have access to everything that the factions will have for sale, and you can easily swap things out and make changes to your build. You will be thankful that you did this now rather than wait for the new season to start to finish up your reputation grind. If you're a new player, you will gain faction reputation from the daily quests in Foundation and the Crater. For the Settlers, you can talk to Ward in Foundation and he will have a daily quest for you called Vital Equipment. And for the Raiders, you can talk to Roxy and Ren in the Crater, and they will have 2 daily quests for you called Retirement Plan and Importance of Communication. There will also be 2 smaller Raider daily quests at the Ohio River Adventures location, and 1 faction daily quest that will be given to you by Davenport at the Overseer's house, called Photo Opportunity. You will also get Raider reputation from the Moonshine Jamboree public event, and Settlers reputation from the Eviction Notice public event. So try to grind out as much reputation as you can before the season ends. The next thing that you should do before the end of the season is getting your daily and weekly gold bullion and saving at least some of it for the new season. The reason for this is very similar to the first part of this video. You always want to be getting your daily gold bullion by turning treasury notes into gold bullion at a gold press machine. But again, changes to armor and weapons will be coming in the new season. So instead of spending all of your gold bullion on things that are good right now, I would suggest splitting it up so you can still buy things to use right now and save gold bullion to buy things that might become better in the next season. And again, for new players, you can get treasury notes from the daily quests that we just talked about and from public events. Then you can bring them to a gold press machine like the one at the White Spring Mall and turn them into gold bullion. But you can only get 400 gold bullion per day from this machine. You can also buy 300 gold bullion from Smiley at the Wayward Bar, but it will cost 6,000 caps. So try to save up as much gold bullion as you can and maybe do some research to avoid buying things that will be getting nerfed next season. The next thing that you'll want to be doing as much as possible before the next season is trying to learn as many legendary mods as possible. Now of course, this is easier said than done, but with these new changes coming, you'll more than likely need to rework some of your builds, which means you'll need more legendary mods to put onto your gear. So instead of waiting and then having to vendor hop to find the things that you need, start farming legendary items and then scrap them for a chance to learn the legendary mods that are on them. That way when the season starts, you can hop into the game and craft what you need right away. You will get a lot of legendary items from raids and headhunts, but you'll also get them from exploring the world, public events, side quests, fishing, and you can buy them from other players' vending machines. It's really easy to get a lot of legendary items, but just make sure that you're scrapping them to learn the mods on them instead of selling them or dropping them. The next thing that you should do is unlock the Dom Pedro and the mods for it. This will come from the seasonal scoreboard. We will talk about the scoreboard in a moment, but the Dom Pedro and the mods for it stand out as something that you'll want to unlock before the season ends. And that's because once the season ends, we don't know when we'll be able to get this weapon again, and we don't know what it will cost to get it. A good example of this is the Circuit Breaker pistol, which came to the game in Season 15, and then a while after the season ended, it was added to the Atomic Shop for real money, or you can buy it from Giuseppe for 500 stamps. So get this weapon and all of the mods for it while they're easy to get. Next up, we have the Scoreboard. Now right off the bat, you should aim to reach level 100 on the Scoreboard. This will give you access to pretty much all of the good stuff that will be on the Scoreboard, and it will give you a lot of tickets. Now you don't need to use all of your tickets, and I'll explain which things you really want to buy with your tickets, but the first step is leveling up your Scoreboard to get tickets to spend. Like I said, your goal should be to get as close to level 100 on the Scoreboard as possible, and the way to do this is to do daily and weekly challenges. These challenges will refresh every day or every Tuesday. They are usually pretty easy to complete, and they'll give you a lot of score points that will level up your Scoreboard. You can also buy score boosters from the Atomic Shop to increase the amount of score that you gain per challenge. There will also be a repeatable challenge that will give you score points every time you earn 10,000 experience for your character. So to level up your Scoreboard quickly, just use everything that will increase the amount of experience that you earn, and then head over to West Tech or join a raid group and farm experience. And again, you want to do this to unlock more pages on the Scoreboard to get the rewards from it, because once the season ends, most of the rewards from the Scoreboard won't come back to the game. Another thing that you need to know is that every level that you achieve on the Scoreboard will give you 25 tickets. You can use these to buy the items on the Scoreboard, but any tickets that you don't spend will be converted into gold bullion as soon as the new season starts. And if I'm remembering correctly, the tickets will turn into gold bullion at a 1-to-1 ratio. So if you save up 1,000 tickets, you'll get 1,000 gold bullion at the start of season 24. So now we come to the last thing that you should do before the new season, and that's claiming the items on the Scoreboard. There will be a lot of stuff here, so I like to split everything into two categories, which are utility and cosmetic. Utility items are things that we'll always purchase, and cosmetic items are things we only want to get if it's something that we like. But I'm only going to go over the utility items because your preferences for cosmetics will be different than mine. So on page 1, you'll want the stamps and atoms. On page 2, you want the atoms and magazine packages. On page 3, you'll want the lunchboxes and atoms. On page 4, you want the nuclear keycards and atoms. On page 5, you want the caps, repair kit, and atoms, but I also really like the Pimp Boy 2 and checkered suit outfit. On page 6, you want the atoms and the Raider Sarsaparilla vending machine. This camp item will give you drinks that will increase the damage that you do with ballistic weapons for a short time. The Raider brewing station is also a great option if you don't already have a brewing station. On page 7, we want the Raider fermenter, atoms, perk coins, bobbleheads, score boosters, and the Dom Pedro. On page 8, we want to claim the stamps, caps, and atoms. On page 9, we want the atoms, Dom Pedro grip mod, and the chem mystery machine, which will let you buy a random chem at your camp. On page 10, we really want the crashed cargo bot, because it will generate military junk at your camp, like military ammo bags that you can scrap for ballistic fiber. And we want the Dom Pedro receiver mods. On page 11, we want the Dom Pedro magazine mods and the atoms. And on the first bonus page, we want the Cobby Collectron to generate food at our camp, the Raider fish trap to generate fish at your camp, and the Dom Pedro explosive mod. And then everything on the second page is worth grabbing because it's all utility items. But other than everything that I just said, you can pick and choose anything else that you want to buy from the Scoreboard. This was just a list of the most important things. And the last thing that I want to talk about in this video is the Love Hurts mini-season. This will be ending tomorrow and it will be replaced by the Foshnot event. There are some really good rewards from the Love Hurts mini-season that you don't want to miss. Now first are the tickets. For this mini-season, there will be 2 weeks worth of challenges that you can easily bang out in a couple hours, and they each give you tickets. Then you can use those tickets on the Scoreboard or save them to convert them into gold bullion. But when it comes to the rewards from the mini-season, you really want the Dom Pedro sight and stock mods, the Piercing Love unique bow, and the Lethal Love Seed camp item. Many people don't know this, but the Lethal Love Seed is a camp buff item that will increase the duration of your chems. Of course, you have to claim all of the rewards in the mini-season, but the big ones are the Dom Pedro mods, the Piercing Love Bow, and the Lethal Love Seed. So make sure you claim all of this as quickly as you can. And try to do all of the challenges for this mini-season to get a bunch of tickets. And that's pretty much everything that you should focus on doing before Season 24 releases next month. But if there's something that you suggest people do before the season ends, leave it in the comments below to help out some of the newer players. And thank you for watching.